Alright, so here's another review here for Kevin. Thank you to Kevin for the request. Today we're going to talk about Mission Impossible Fallout. Now, I don't have the film. It's a weird thing when it comes to this series because I've only seen a little bit of the first movie. I haven't seen the second film. I have seen the third film years ago. I did watch the movie. I've seen a little bit of Ghost Protocol. I haven't seen Rogue Nation, but I do have it on Blu-ray. This film, I rented it and I watched it some time back. I haven't seen the new one. So yeah, so watching this, going in, I'm kind of out of the loop a little bit. I'm kind of like missing out on, the story and some of the characters. But to get to the plot real quick, so, 2 years after Ethan Hunt had successfully captured Solomon Lane, the remnants of the Syndicate had reformed into another organization, called the Apostles. And they're planning on acquiring 3 plutonium cores. So Ethan and his team are sent to Berlin, to intercept them. And that's the plot to the film here. Now, the film here is directed by Christopher McQuarrie, who did Jack Reacher with Tom Cruise, which I liked quite a bit. I thought Jack Reacher was a very solid movie. And he also directed Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, which again I haven't seen. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. And I believe, because that's part 1, and then the final Mission Impossible is coming out. I don't know when, but... So again, I haven't seen Dead Reckoning yet, so I don't know anything about that. Or, really about 65 to 70% of this franchise. But, so if I'm missing anything, like, if I'm out of the loop a little bit with characters, the story, or the continuity, bear that in mind here. But, I mean, what can I say right off the bat? To me, this was a highly entertaining movie. The direction was top-notch here. The opening of the film, I thought, was very thrilling. The score to the film, by Lauren Balfe, that I liked. The covert style and the motif of the series, and really throughout this movie too. Even though, again, I haven't really seen a lot of the franchise, really all the way through. I've seen part 3. But I will say, after watching Fallout, this could be, like probably my favorite or second favorite. The characters, they have very, electric chemistry between each other, and, a lot of great character moments. And I didn't even talk about the cast here. I mean, I've already, started to get into, what I enjoyed about the movie here. But the cast, you have, let me see. Tom Cruise, of course, is Ethan Hunt. You got Henry Cavill in here as Walker. Ving Rhames. You got Simon Pegg in the film. You got Rebecca Ferguson. Sean Harris as the character Solomon Lane. Angela Bassett. Vanessa Kirby. Michelle Monaghan. Wes Bentley, Alec Baldwin, his characters in the movie here. So you got him in the film, Alec Baldwin. And, getting back to what I was talking about, there's a lot of great characters in here. A lot of things happen, a lot of, nice little twists and turns. And, the fight scenes, I thought they were well choreographed. The one scene that I remember was the bathroom bit, where Tom Cruise and Henry Cavill are, fighting some of these guys here. And I thought, the bathroom sequence is really well choreographed and well shot. And, Henry Cavill, you come to find out, spoiler alert, he's a villain. He's the villain of the film. And I thought he was a great antagonist here. And... kind of leading to the third act of the movie, you have a lot of amazing helicopter sequences. And I really enjoyed the third act. I mean, it was, you know, again, just a lot of great sequences. And you know, Henry Cavill's comeuppance was definitely the cherry on top of this well-crafted cake of entertainment. I mean, you know, the way he gets it, I'm like, ooh, you know, I love the comeuppance to the character. And Henry Cavill, like I said, he was a great villain. You know, and Henry Cavill, I don't mind, but, you know, when it comes to, you know, what... And I don't blame him for, you know, what happened there when he played Superman and stuff. I think there was more going on there in terms of Zack Snyder not knowing, you know, not knowing what he's doing. The writing and so much more. You know, so I think Henry Cavill is a good actor, but I don't put the blame on him when it comes to, you know, Superman. But I do think he did a great job here. Like, I thought Henry Cavill was a great villain to Ethan Hunt, and I thought, you know, the pacing I would say, like, I think maybe they could have cut back on the pacing a little bit. You know, it's about a 2.5 hour movie, or just say 2 hours and 20 minutes. So it is a bit of a long one. I do think they could have cut, like, you know, you could have cut out maybe 15-20 minutes. But other than that, I mean, I really don't have a lot of, you know, nitpicks with the film. I mean, just some, you know, like little pacing here and there I think could have been tightened up. But I thought the characters were entertaining. I thought, you know, the story, and again, I don't know much about really what's going on, because the opening of the film, I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Because again, I haven't seen, you know, Rogue Nation. So I mean, now that I've seen this, I definitely want to go back and you know, watch, you know, more of these movies, so I can catch up a little bit, and I can, you know, maybe down the road give you a better review and better understanding. But yeah, so I mean, this was definitely 2018. I can't remember like a lot. Like what kind of movies came out in 2018 that I did see, but I will say that Mission Impossible Fallout, definitely one of my favorites of that year. I wish I would have seen the film when it came out, and maybe I could have been, you know, caught up on the series. But so yeah, I mean, I definitely, again, highly enjoyed this movie. So with all that being said, let me get to my final thoughts on Mission Impossible Fallout. So while I haven't seen most of the franchise, but Mission Impossible Fallout delivers on thrills and exhilarating direction. Despite what some may feel about Tom Cruise, there's no denying his passion to entertain audiences, and he does that well with this installment. So yeah, highly recommend Mission Impossible Fallout. Thank you to Kevin for the requests, and more to come. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.